Hey, it's Kimberly with Celestial Juju, and this is the weekly astrology. So, I'm going to go through what it is to the collective, what it is to you, and all signs. I do the big ass transit of the week, and our big ass transit of the week is actually, it's the end of the week, which is the Mercury Cazimi. And we just had a Cazimi in Venus last week, and now we have a Cazimi in Mercury this week. So, what is a Cazimi? A Cazimi is when a planet and the sun are conjunct, they stand together, and it is said by the ancients that the planet goes into the heart of the sun where it can be exalted and receive downloads. So with the Mercury Kazemi, because Mercury is the ruler of Gemini, we're in Gemini sun. So this is Gemini is the conscious and the unconscious mind. So that's where your downloads are going to come from, is your conscious and your conscious and subconscious mind speaking to each other and giving you the downloads. And Mercury actually goes into Kazemi 3 or 4 times a year, so it's not as rare as some of the rest of them. So let's move on with what else we got going on this week. So this week kicks off with a challenging energy when the sun and Gemini square off to Saturn in Pisces on the 9th. And this aspect may require you to exercise some patience as you face some setbacks and some disappointing news. The energy is far from being lighthearted. It's rather somber. So if you're in the dumpers today is Sunday, and I'm recording this on Sunday, then yeah, if this too will pass. Maybe, I don't know. I've been in the dumpers all week. I feel like because I'm doing the astrology and looking at everything, I'm getting hit by everything before it actually is here. Okay. So, it could potentially stir up some feelings of depression or rejection, and you may find yourself reconsidering commitments and boundaries that were set around February the 28th, which was the last time the sun and Saturn met in the sky. So today, responsibilities will overshadow any fun plans you had. And then on the same day, the fated decision or news may come to you as Mercury in Gemini links up with the North Node in Aries. The conversations of the day will help illuminate the next steps of your path. Intensity heightens on June 11th when Mars in Taurus clashes with Pluto in Aquarius, leading to potential power struggles, bruised egos, and triggering energy may cause you to act out of compulsion, a compulsivity based on your fears. Fortunately, the energy shifts on June 12th when the sun and Gemini sextiles Cryon in Aries is bringing a soothing and healing influence, and healing becomes possible when we accept the aspects of ourselves and the good, the bad, and the ugly. However, communication will be direct, short, and stern. With Mercury in Gemini square Saturn in Pisces on the same day, this reactiveness themes from June 9th requiring you to set boundaries or make decisions about issues that merged earlier this week. June 13th, healing conversations may bring relief and support as Mercury in Gemini sextiles Cryon in Aries. That's Cryon is what they call the wounded healer. I'm going to call it healed leader. Okay, sharing your honesty and vulnerability and feelings will be beneficial. And then we have the first quarter moon in Virgo on the same day. It encourages you to take action or to make a decision. Reflecting back on the intentions you set during the new moon in Gemini on June 6th. So I did a whole thing on the new moon and also a manifestation grid, so you can go back and watch that, because you could use that manifestation grid at any time. Just because it was, I created it during that time period, the energy to it is, eternal. So you can go back and use that to support yourself with these energies. Okay, so this week concludes with a significant realization when Sun in Gemini conjuncts Mercury in Gemini on the 14th. So 14th, 15th is when we're going to be in this Mercury Cazimi. It's a powerful day for ideal of using your voice to affect change, learning and something new, sharing your perspective, engaging in dynamic and exciting developments, and ongoing discussions and negotiations. On the day of the Mercury Cazimi, notice how your mind may feel brighter and your communications more coherent. Mercury is the planet of information, travel, and all things in these realms may be dialed up with the sun's proximity, to Mercury, since they're going to be together. So conversations become portals for dynamic learning to help us connect with others who are interested in subjects that we hold near and dear. We also have the ability to home in on the essential facts within the sea of information. Cosmic downloads are abound. Be open to receiving them, especially if you are a Gemini or a Virgo, baby. This is all about you. This is your ruling sign. And so it's a huge opportunity for you to take in these energies that are going to be affected by the Cazimi. So, our overview of the week, astrology wise, is Sunday. Sun is in Gemini, square Saturn in Pisces. So, you may feel a little bit of constriction, and also utilize that energy to create your structures around your communication. You may feel constricted in communication, was what I was going to say, and I jumped to the also, and that's what Gemini mind does. So and then on Sunday we have the Mercury in Gemini sextile with the North Node in Aries. So that's going to bring up some energy back to those eclipses that we went through, and where you're at with that, and the insights that in the communication that's coming through that. And on Tuesday, the 11th, Mars in Taurus squares Pluto in Aquarius. So this could be, we could see some stuff happening. Aquarius is the, unity of the world. It's the collective. So we could see some shit happen on that day. It could be a day that crap happens. Okay, we'll just leave it at that with the world and whatever's going on in the world. Okay, and on Wednesday, Mercury in Gemini square Saturn in Pisces. So it's going to be a day of the energy of the structure could come in through your dream time. With it being in Pisces, you may have some energy that brings in the solution to whatever the crap was that happened the day before. Okay, and on Sunday, no, Wednesday. I'm still on Wednesday. Wednesday, how did I skip to Sunday? June 12th, the sun in Gemini is in a sextile to Cryon in Aries. So this could bring about wounded from the inner child, the wounded. It could be a day of healing. Okay. If you listen to your inner self, to that higher, your inner self, which is actually connected to the higher mind. Okay, so on Thursday the 13th, Mercury in Gemini is still in a sextile with the Cryon in Aries. So it's like days of healing, days of reset, days of healing. And then we have that first quarter moon on Virgo. So that's about thinking about your where you're at with your manifestation and what are you going to be bringing in and what are you going to release with the Capricorn full moon coming up. And then on Friday, the 14th, the sun in Gemini conjuncts with that Mercury in Gemini, which is the Cazimi, which we will be in that energy on Friday and Saturdays. Okay. So now, my lovelies, we are going to go into all signs. Okay, so my little public service announcement before we go into all signs and you find out what house this is in for you and how it affects you with the themes in your life. My little public service announcement is like, share, comment, do all of those things. I come on weekly. I do new moon, full moon, weekly, and big ass transits that are happening in our sky to the collective and how it affects us. I also do the how to do crystal grids for your manifestation, healing, and whatever else. So go find those and see what that can do for you. So I am Kimberly Crow. I am a Western astrologer using whole sign system for this energy analysis. So listen up to your big three. Your rising sign is what you came to rise, to embody, to be in this lifehood. It's what you're bringing in from the subconscious to the conscious. Got to know your birth time to know your rising sign. Okay, it's just a little window of when you what was above you when you jumped into this planet, into this embodiment. The sun is your birthday. It is the sun that you reflect out into the world. What's reflected back to you? It could be your career in your life hood, and it also could be father figures, male of authority could be represented in your chart. Your moon is your emotional IQ. It is how you want to be nurtured, how you nurture others, and it could be your mother in your chart. Okay, Aries, this week for you, you can get a fair deal. This week begins on Sunday, the 9th, with Sun, Gemini squaring Saturn in Pisces and your house of spiritual awakening. You may spend some time alone today listening to the melody of the universe. Aries, you could be inspired by ideas, find solution to a problem, and get into the theta state through meditation, walking, whatever that is. On Monday, June 10th, Mercury in Gemini makes a semi square to Mars in Taurus and your house of money. There may be some minor conflicts in financial transactions. You're ready to stand your ground, and this could help resolve the issue. Keep an eye on your receipts and make sure that you're being charged correctly. Bringing up an issue that you could help you get a fair deal. This week, Mars in Taurus is in your second house of income, employment, security, forming a 10th square with Pluto retrograde in Aquarius in your 11th house of friendships, support systems, and community. This aspect may expose some troublemakers within your personal or professional circles, leading to potential conflicts. However, this could ultimately serve you and others well. That Mercury Cazimi that's coming in on June 14th, 15th, when Mercury conjuncts with the sun, it's in your third house of communications and commitments. Expect fast developments in joint projects and group endeavors that may require reorganization of your plans. So listen to the downloads that are going to come in around communication. Okay. Taurus, this week you're moving quickly toward an opportunity. This week begins with that Sun, Gemini, squaring Saturn in Pisces, and your house of community in involvement. You might be asked to take charge of a group, Others are looking for you to take responsibility to be their leader, and you may have to take on the duty because no one else is stepping up to do so. Okay. Monday, June 10th, Mercury in Gemini makes a semi square to Mars in your sign. It's in your sign, Taurus. That's where Mars is going to be for the next, few weeks. So, your house of physical energy, Taurus, this is difficult to set still for you during this time period. It could be a problem if you're in a meeting with a boss or that you're supposed to be in a place of that, and you may feel fidgety or easily irritated by people who drive slowly in the fast lane. Be to be a better use of this energy would go do some physical activity that tire out your muscles. Move a tree, move a rock, whatever it is. Do something earthy for yourself that you can use. Go take a walk. If you're feeling that way, then take a breather, go take a walk. This energy of the week, Mars in your sign forms a 10th square with Pluto retrograde in your 10th house of career and status. This could bring conflicts with problematic authority figures or influential individuals in your professional life. While uncomfortable, it's likely to benefit you in the long run. On the 14th, 15th, that Cazimi in Mercury conjuncts with the sun in your second house of income and security. So listen to your communications there. Look out for opportunities to speed up your financial growth and to make sudden beneficial shift in your professional life. It is like could be spinning the wheel kind of lottery ticket day for you. Oh, Gemini, this week you have the energy to burn. You can burn the energy. Okay. With that sun in Gemini squaring Saturn in Pisces in your house of reputation and social standing, others are noticing you now. If you're the authority in the situation, you can shine. Gemini, you can take center stage and hit it out of the park. But if you're challenging authority, you may not win. It isn't advisable to argue with a parent, a police officer, a boss, anyone in that place, not even the sales clerk at the checkout counter, wherever that is. Don't argue about your Starbucks. It's like whatever it is, just like go in and breathe. Okay, that semi square with Mars in Taurus in your house of hidden talents, games involving dexterity and activities will require a lot of eye and hand coordination that are good for you today. So you could go do something like that if things come up for you. You might have a lot of restlessness energy. So things like knitting, juggling, or playing the piano can help you channel this energy in a positive way. For with that Mars this week in your 12th house of past and hidden matters, it forms a square with Pluto retrograde in Aquarius in your ninth house of expansion, long distance connection. This may bring up issues from the past that need to be addressed, potentially involving old connections or legal matters. On the 14th, 15th, with that Mercury conjunct the sun in your sign, speeding up stalled projects and correcting delays, allowing you to catch up on your lagging endeavors. So, this is a big one for you to get the communication that comes in on that day through the subconscious, the unconscious mind with the conscious, merging those. Okay. Cancer, this week begins on the Sunday the 9th with Gemini squaring Saturn in Pisces. Letting go is hard to do, but it's your cosmic responsibility. On the 9th, when the sun in Gemini odds with that Saturn in Pisces, you're the one delivering reality checks to yourself today and recognizing who and what no longer serves your highest good and interest. This energy is supportive for breaking old habits and expressing your boundaries and committing to spiritual practice. You might find yourself getting into a few fights with friends when Mars in Taurus bumps into Pluto in Aquarius on the 11th of June. People in your circle who are power hungry and want close proximity to you for your connections will reveal themselves. You will see what's really their motivation. That's your, the hidden enemy stuff. Okay, hidden information may come to you in a lot of in a triggering way, and it may be time to confront someone who's taking advantage of your generosity. This week, Mars in Taurus in your 11th house of friendships and communities, squaring the Pluto retrograde in Aquarius in your 8th house of shared resources and intimacy. It could lead to conflicts with drama prone friends or associates, affecting shared responsibilities or financial agreements. However, this conflict will be beneficial in the long run with that Cazimi on the 14th, 15th. Your 12th house of past and hidden opportunities is what's going to be highlighted. You might receive a significant favor or a gift to help you progress in a private project or achieve a goal more efficiently. Keep a pen and paper next to your bed when the Sun and Mercury link up in with Gemini on the 14th. Messages in your dream will be incredibly healing and illuminating, delivering answers you've been seeking, and you may have a surge in a new creative ideas through and decide on something that you'd like to work on behind the scenes before you announce your next project to the world. Leo, this week, you are the powerful negotiator with that Sun, Gemini, squaring Saturn in Pisces. Your house of resources are from others. Someone might offer you something of value. This could be something that you want very much, but it does come with a price. Instead of jumping at it, hold back and see if you can negotiate a better deal. This is not the last time you'll be offered this opportunity. On the 10th, the Mercury Gemini makes a semi square to Mars in Taurus in your house of career and reputation. Leo, you are very visible at this time, and generally that's really good for you. But you could get into some small conflict with a customer or coworker, and it could be better to walk away than to make a scene today. Okay, so this week with Mars in Taurus is in your 10th house of career and status, forming a square with Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, your 7th house of partnerships and close connections. This may bring conflicts within professional or personal partnerships, highlighting issues that need resolution. On the 14th, 15th, when Mercury goes into that Cazimi with the Sun in your 11th house of friendships and community. Expect breakthroughs in group endeavors or community projects. It's helping you to achieve long distance goals. So, yeah, listen to the message that may come to you for that breakthrough. Okay, Virgo, this week you're making incredible progress. This week begins on Sunday, June 9th, with Gemini squaring Saturn in Pisces in your house of relationships and partnerships. Virgo, there could be some strain in your relationships now, and you feel it's important to stick to your guns. But this could build a wall between the two of you. Try to see things from your partner's perspective, even if they don't do the same for you. On Monday, June 10th, Mercury in Gemini makes a semi square to Mars in Taurus in your house of travel. You are on the road today and you may feel some stress from traffic and construction if you are on the road today. You can feel like others are clogging up the freeways or blocking your path. It's especially true if you're running errands. For an easier day, consider having some items delivered. Mars in Taurus is your ninth house of expansion and travel, squaring Pluto retrograde in your sixth house of work and reputation. This could bring conflicts related to your professional duties or health routines. especially with ongoing projects or problematic colleagues. On June 14th and 15th, Mercury conjuncts with Sun in Gemini, your 10th house of career. Look for opportunities to accelerate your professional progress, potentially leading to promotions or significant achievements. Libra, this week you may have a great idea. With that Sun squaring Saturn in Pisces on the 9th, your house of health and well being, you may uncover information that helps you care for yourself. This could come from a respected authority or someone you admire. It feels like you found the diamond in the pile, of stones for yourself. On Monday, the 10th, Mercury in Gemini makes a semi square to Mars in Taurus in your house of resources from others. Avoid offers that are too good to be true today. There could be a little bait and switch going on, and you could get quite irritated when you get the invoice because the terms weren't clear in the beginning. Save yourself the hassle and save the shopping for another day, Libra. Mars in Taurus in your 8th house of shared resources and intimacy is forming a square with Pluto retrograde in your 5th house of love and creativity. This may bring up some conflicts on romantic relationships or financial agreements. When the Mercury goes into that Cazimi on June 14th, 15th, in your 9th house of expansion and higher education. This transit will help you fast track your plans related to travel, education, and legal matters. So look for the ideas, Libra. Okay, Scorpio, this week you're on track. This week with that Gemini squaring Saturn in Pisces in your house of romance and pleasure. Scorpio, the energy today is a mix of fun and responsibility. You and your sweetheart, or whoever that might be for you, might talk about long term plans. This is a good day to engage some goal setting and to make the plunge. Maybe even getting engaged if you've been looking for that. On Monday, the 10th, Mercury in Gemini makes a semi square to Mars in Taurus in your house of relationships and partnership. Someone wants to partner with you for business or a love relationship, and you, as an absolute student of character, see the differences between the two of you. And it's your opportunity to talk about things that are going to improve both you and when you work together. Okay. This week with Mars in Taurus it's in your 7th house of relationships. So all this is, it's where it's hitting you at. It's forming a square with the Pluto retrograde in your 4th house of home and family. So it could bring up some conflicts in your households or close relationships. On June 14th, 15th, when Mercury goes into that Cazimi, it's going to be in your 8th house of shared resources. So that could be inheritance. Look for opportunities to improve your financial situations or receive unexpected beneficial benefits from shared ventures. That's your shared ventures, your resources from other person. It could be income and money from somewhere else. It could be a good day for you to buy a lottery ticket too. Okay. Hey, Sagittarius, you're on track this week, but you may have the question coming up for you. Should you stay or should you go? Your closest relationships are up for revision. When the sun squares into Saturn on June 9th, it's an important day to set boundaries and have a tough decisions that you've been avoiding in all types of relationships in your life. It's close relationships, and it could be work relationships too. You could also be feeling temporarily feelings of disappointment and from an important person in your life, and this too shall pass. So try your best not to overcommit. On June 11th, when Mars in Taurus bumps into Pluto in Aquarius, you may need to put your plans aside when some sort of crisis emerges, or perhaps someone in your life will need help from you and support, and you're feeling overworked or micromanaged. Today, you may feel inclined to really let someone have it, but be careful with your words because they could sting. You're making an important decision in your relationships with the Sun and Mercury, that Cazimi that's coming in on the 14th, and you may be discussing, moving, or what your relationships, where they're growing and what they're going to come into, or perhaps you've landed an agreement and on an upcoming work project or collaboration. The important people in your life, family, friends, lovers, may share some illuminating energy with you today. On with that Mars and Taurus in your sixth house of work and health, it's forming a square with Pluto retrograde in your third house of communications. So this could bring up some conflicts in your work environment or issues with communication. On the 14th and 15th, during that Cazimi, when it conjuncts with the Sun in your seventh house of partnerships, expect fast developments in close relationships or joint ventures, bringing you closer to your goals. So listen to the messages with your goals to be on track. Capricorn, this week, a new door opens. The week begins on Sunday, June 9th, with the Gemini squaring Saturn in Pisces in your house of mental activities. You may feel that you are procrastinating something important, but it could be perfectionism in disguise. If you keep coming back to the same projects and are unable to move forward, consider breaking it down into smaller parts. On June 10th, Mercury in Gemini makes a semi square to Mars in Taurus in your house of fun and romance. When the two of you get together, it could be laughter and tantalizing fun. The challenge is getting the two of you together. Your schedules are different and you may have some distance apart. And all of this makes it unconventional for you, Capricorn, and you may have to date by video chat. Maybe it's going to be sexing. Oh, okay. Mars in Taurus is in your fifth house of love and creativity, forming a square with Pluto retrograde in your second house of income and security. This could bring financial conflicts related to creative projects or personal relationships. That Kazemi on the 14th, 15th, with Mercury in your sixth house of work, this could help you fast track professional goals and improve your work reputation. Aquarius, this week you're finding what you need. When the week begins with the Gemini squaring Saturn in Pisces in your house of personal finances, keeping track of your money is paying off. Now you might look at additional methods of keeping your eyes on your funds. This could mean getting a different app, setting up some notifications, or getting your partner involved with your family finances. Monday, June 10th, Mercury in Gemini, semi square to Mars in Taurus in your house of home and family. The household could be disrupted by noise in the neighborhood. Aquarius, there may be some construction going on, or someone could be cutting down some trees. And so, this temporarily may make you feel better to wear some noise counseling headphones. A lot of energy coming in from the outside, and you want to be able to connect to that inner voice during this time period. Mars in Taurus in your fourth house of home and family, forming that square to Pluto retrograde in your sign. This could bring conflicts within your household or personal life. With that Kazemi on June 14th, 15th, when Mercury conjuncts the Sun in your fifth house of love and creativity, expect fast developments in romantic relationships or creative projects. Maybe there's supposed to be some products in there. Okay, enhancing your personal life. Yeah, listen to the downloads for that. Uh, okay. Pisces, this week You're making the difference in the world, in your world. Sunday, June 9th, with Gemini squaring Saturn in your own sign, Pisces. This long transit of Saturn is here to build your confidence and give you the power to succeed. Every once in a while, there is an aspect that lines up that will challenge you. Today, someone might question your authority or your expertise. Pisces, you can pass this test. On Monday, June 10th, Mercury in Gemini makes a semi square to Mars in Taurus in your house of activities. You could have a lot of restlessness energy today. The energy around you is vibrating and it's a signal that you need to get moving. Consider going for a drive and getting on a train or hiking through the woods. Being in motion is helpful for you right now. Mars in Taurus is in your third house of communication, forming a square with Pluto retrograde in your 12th house of past and hidden matters. This may bring conflicts related to past issues or hidden matters coming to light. With that Cazimi on the 14th, 15th of Mercury in the Sun, your fourth house of home and family. This will help you make significant progress in home related projects for your family goes. So listen to your messages and pay attention to your dream time. Okay, people, that concludes our collective in all signs. And now we're going to go into our energy transmissions and what those are here for us. I got to share something with you all. I've been working since in between, some of you know that I've been going through shit with my parents since November, honestly. And so it's like when I am home, this is what I'm doing is trying to record the stuff with you all. And also sometimes I do it at their house. But all I have been doing since I've been home, I found this in my brother's stash of stuff. My brother that crossed over a few years ago. I stay in basically his man cave when I'm there. And so I found this glass head. It's a vintage Pier 1 made in Spain. And so I took her, he had biker glasses on her. I took her and turned her into the peacock lady. I'm going to put her in my transformation garden. You all can't see her right here, but and I also did a Buddha one that I had. So this is representing the two minds of Gemini and the energy that's there for us. So I'm going to put her right here with us so she can help bring this energy in, and she's going out into the transformation garden. Okay, so breathe it in. So open up your light body. Haven't decided what her name is. You all can vote. I was going to name her Venus Cazimi because I really birthed her on the Cazimi, but I haven't decided that. Okay, so let's breathe in. So we're going to disconnect from that collective mind that's out there. And so you do that by just unplugging from the collective, from all that woulda, couldas, and shouldas that you plugged into because you thought somewhere it was going to bring you sanity, but it kept you in the insanity of this collective world. So we're going to unplug from all of that. So just ask to unplug from the collective mind, bring all your power, your intuition, your psychic power back to your third eye, back to here, because this is where you've took it and plugged it in to find the answers when the answers are within. So breathe in, drop into your heart space, and we're going to drop down our energy down through our central column, through our central core, into the heart, the crystalline heart of Gaia herself. So feel that energy, that love and support that Mother Earth has for us. She brings all nurturing to us. So just feel that energy. Boy, I needed that. So just drop into that. And I'm hearing asked to be taken to the healing chambers and allow Venus and Mercury to escort you in. They're the two that's went through these big Kazimis last week and coming up. So take that energy and just allow them to bring in the healing to you. And whatever that is, within your value, within your self worth, within your beauty, and your communications. Ooh, so feel the energy of that as you're surrounded with the love and the light and the beauty within, and what that is, and how your beauty is reflected out into the world, and the value that you bring to humanity. May you be blessed with all that you do. This is Kimberly with Celestial Juju. Like, share, do all the things that you do. And thank you for incarnating and being the light that you are within the shadow of humanity. Be blessed.